Hello my loves and welcome to the office. This is a space in my old bedroom at my mum's house that I transformed into a hub for my business, and you can see a video on how I built this space. I will leave it linked on screen and in the description below. But this is where I make prints, stickers and any other products that I'm going to either sell in my shop or ship out through Patreon rewards. And this is also where I do all of my packaging and shipping. It's not the most aesthetically organised space, but I've got things to a point where I know where everything is and I can work fluidly with all of the important things close at hand. So let's take a look around at the tools, equipment and supplies that keep my business running. So starting with these shelves on the left hand side that also make a sort of room divider to separate this space from the rest of the room. They're mostly decorative, and as you'll see as we go on through this video, my mum has taken over some, if not most, of this space with her own things as well. But up at the top I have this cassette player that I've had forever. Occasionally it's nice to listen to the two tapes that I have, a Diana Krall mix for chill times, and the other one is Britney Spears on one side and Pink on the other. On the shelf below that are a few large folders holding some of my old sketchbooks, but mostly my mum's paperwork. I have this cute candle holder that I got from a friend that spins by itself with a lit candle in it, and these boxes hold spare coloured pencils and watercolours. I keep spares of most of the art supplies that I use here just in case I feel like making art while I'm here or adding to prints or thank you notes and things. Under that it's mainly decorative stuff, with the only practical things being this bowl where I keep excess stickers that I've made for Patreon bundles. You never know when you might want to use them for something or add them into orders as a surprise bonus. And then this sand timer comes in handy if I'm feeling like a quick bit of total focus on the task at hand. Finally, this is where I keep my inbox, so I'll stash any mail that comes in and anything that's been returned before I get in contact with the recipient. There are a couple of copies of my book, some of my mum's books and a few of my childhood books that I'll never let go of. Moving on to the other side of the shelves, again this is even more just a space for random stuff, but it's good to at least have the space available if I ever want to expand the storage in here. So under the vases and things I have these notebooks and sticker books that I use for writing notes in orders or sending letters or thank you notes to people. I have a sketch pad of black paper that also comes in handy when I need some card, and in the shelf under that are a few boxes of paper that I use for prints of different sizes. Some are full packages and some I've made with offcuts from other printing sessions. Below that, the main thing is my YouTube plaque, which I've had for many years now before they redesigned them. On the final shelf I have these two big boxes. On top of them I keep some antibacterial wipes just for a quick cleanup of the space, and inside the boxes are more sketchbooks and notebooks, some half finished and some that I haven't even started. Now we're looking at what's in the drawers under those shelves. This is where most of the stuff I need for my shop is kept. First, in the top drawer I have the brown paper that I use to wrap orders, the stickers that I use to seal them, and the stamps I use on each order as well. Next to that I have envelopes of all different sizes and colours, again useful for orders or Patreon bundles, and finally I keep any extra postage envelopes here after a packaging session. The drawer underneath is where I keep most of the stock that's currently available in my shop, so the mini zines, smaller things like greetings cards and bookmarks, and the Happy Mail bundles of random prints and things. And I forgot to mention I will have a link below to my shop if you want to check out what I have available to purchase at the moment. Then at the back of that drawer I just keep spares of my most recent Patreon bundles in case any go missing in transit. Then in that bottom drawer I keep spares for my sticker cutters, so spare mats and blades and sticker paper and transfer paper. I also have a few paper trimmers and a scale for weighing orders and calculating postage. The other side of the drawers I don't use as much. The stuff in the bottom drawers like my old laptops and hard drives and lights that I used to use in my videos, stuff I can't get rid of but also don't really need. But in the top drawer I keep more of the envelopes that I use most often, and you'll see it later where I keep the rest, but I like having a good amount close to hand. Then there's this box of packaging extras, customs forms, return address labels, tape and stamps, and then there's a big stack of these cardboard boards for adding some extra support to orders that I don't want to bend at all. As I said, the rest of those drawers aren't too interesting, but next to them I have my bin and some large rolls of brown paper which I periodically cut down into smaller sheets that I can use to wrap my orders. Then in the drawers next to that I keep more extra stuff for adding to orders or Patreon packages, notepaper at the top in different shapes and colours including more offcuts of white and black card, patterned tissue paper underneath, plain tissue paper under that, lots of different stickers, then more spare art supplies, pastels, markers and coloured pencils, then more markers, an old watercolour palette and some empty palettes as well. I basically never need to go shopping for new supplies before checking what I have here, even though I always do end up doing that anyway. Now on the shelves next to that I have paper and envelopes, so all of the different papers that I use for making different prints, and then boxes of smaller envelopes for packaging smaller orders, Under that are larger envelopes and then padded envelopes, which I very rarely use but are always good to have at least a small amount of. Then the next set of box shelves has been almost completely taken over by my mum. I don't know what she has in these white boxes, but in the cardboard ones I keep some thank you cards and my last stock of these mini house zines. Moving up onto the desk, I have my heavy-duty paper trimmer, and I'll try to leave links below to as much as possible, or at least similar things, as I bought all of this stuff quite a while ago. But this guillotine has been a godsend in cutting down large amounts of prints at once and also prepping paper to wrap orders as well. Next to that is my printer, which is an Epson XP970. I use this for making all of my limited edition prints and printing sticker sheets. I will also have a video linked below about my printing process. This is a Zebra label printer that I use for the postage labels on my orders. It is a thermal printer, so it doesn't need any ink, which is really handy. And next to that I keep a bowl of wires and my most used stationery, the stuff that I need to hand as I'm working at my desk, plus paper clips, tape, erasers, blue tack, a tool I use for lifting stickers off the sticker cutting mat, and a cute picture of me, my sister and my uncle, then just some post-it notes and bulldog clips. Up above all this is the shelf where I keep my sticker cutting machines. I use a Silhouette Cameo 3 or 4, and I use these for Patreon bundle sticker sheets and also stickers that I use to seal any orders. Everything is connected to this one USB cable that I plug into my laptop whenever I want to use them, that being the sticker cutters and my printer and label printer. I think they're all Wi-Fi compatible, but I find it easier and less temperamental to just connect them physically to my computer. On the top shelf is mainly more junk, but I also have a heavy-duty corner punch to round out the corners of stacks of paper and some tape as well. The rest is decorative stuff that I don't have another place for, and then there's this box where I keep spare ink for my printer. I like to have at least 2 of each colour up here while there's 1 in the printer, and with these inks you can buy them individually by colour, so I can always stay well stocked and not have more than I need. Alright, moving on to the other side of the desk. To extend the workspace a bit, I'm using this old vanity table from IKEA. Underneath it I keep larger items that I still need to hand more often than not, so I have larger sheets of archival paper for bigger prints, larger envelopes for things like books, some padded envelopes and sheets of tracing paper that I cut down occasionally to wrap orders as well. And if I need more space to spread it out onto, I also have this fold-out table. It comes in really handy for times where I have hundreds of orders to package at once and want everything laid out in front of me and within reach, and then it can be tucked away when not in use. Then there's just this cupboard to the right of my desk. This is the boiler cupboard for the house, but I've also put some shelves in here. This is where I keep spares of excess packaging supplies. So I have postage labels and all sorts of tape, boxes of packaging envelopes in different sizes, a shelf of my mum's things, of course, some extra prints and cards and things, and a bookbinding machine. And on the bottom shelf is where I keep some of my old finished sketchbooks and paintings. And that wraps things up in here. I hope you've enjoyed getting this peek behind the scenes, and if you want to see this space in action, I have plenty of print and sticker making and packaging vlogs on my channel and on Patreon. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.